Okay, a quick video now. We're just going to create our controls for attack, decay, sustain and release. So these are going to be in the forms of sliders. Now we've already got a horizontal slider. This time we're going to go for a vertical slider. We could use a shortcut, but instead I'm going to go to Put and choose, where are we on here? A V slider. Okay, Shift Command V would do the trick. I'll just place this to here. So this one's going to be the attack. So I'm going to right click on here and go to Properties. And on here I can give it the label of, well, A for attack. Now we can choose whether we want to use linear or logarithmic for these sliders. Now I find for ADSR that logarithmic makes a little bit more sense in the controllability of this. So I'm going to change this from linear to logarithmic. That's actually going to make one aspect a little bit more difficult later, but we'll deal with it when we get there. Now we want to set the output ranges. Well, I'd like to put 0 as the bottom range for this and the upper range as, well, let's go for attack time in milliseconds. So let's say 10,000 milliseconds, so 10 seconds. But with logarithmic, you can't actually have a lower output value of 0. So what I'll actually do is I'll set that to 10 and we'll address that in just a moment. I'm pretty happy with all the rest of the settings that are there. So I'm going to press OK and there we have it. So I want a few of these, so let's copy this, Command C, Command V, and Command V again. So these are the attack, the decay, and the release. So let's check the properties for each of these. Let's check the name of this as D for decay, and this one here, properties, R for release. Now our sustain is going to be a little bit different because the three we've got so far, these are time values. But the sustain is a level value, and as we've seen with the shaders and controls we've had earlier, these have gone between 0, no signal, to 1, full signal. So I'm going to go to Put, let's bring in another V slider. Oh, accidentally I had the R selected, so it's automatically patched it, so let's fix that. Let's put that in place, right click, choose Properties, let's give it the S name for it, and this is go from 0 to 1. Well, of course, it can't really be 0. It's going to be, let's say, 0.1. That's 1.01. Let's be even more accurate with this. And press OK. Now, I need to now make these actually go all the way down to 0 rather than just to the lower value that we set. If you remember, just have a quick look here. Properties for the attack. This was set as lowest of 10, and we said 0.01 for the sustain. So let's just bring in a subtract option. Let's use the mistake I made earlier to our advantage. So let's select this, Command 1, and I put in minus 10. Select this one, Command 1, minus 10. This one, Command 1, minus 0.01. And select the last one, finally, Command 1, minus 10. Bit cluttered up, so we could space these around a little bit neater, but essentially they're all doing exactly what I want them to. Great, okay, in the next video we'll start looking at abstractions.